Hey, what's up? So, with the most recent chapter of JJK, it finally, without a shadow of a doubt, solidified Yuji as the MC. But I kind of want to take this video to kind of backtrack for a second and look at the current state and maybe the future of the other MC, you know, Okotsu Yuta.
And my real fear ain't a single soul here. Now I got questions that need answers. I can't help her. Is this the feeling of a failure? I know that life don't get easy. All of these kids in their head think they need me. Trying to guide, but the pressure might kill me.
So first things first, there's one major question I want to focus on when talking about Yuta, and that's, was Yuta's potential wasted? And to answer that question right off the bat, no, I don't think it was. Now when I say potential, I don't mean like his physical, literal, like power potential. I kind of mean more in a story sense, like his role in the story. Was his potential as a role fulfilled? Now, putting our lens specifically on the Shinjuku showdown and the Sukuna raid, again, I do think his role was fulfilled for what he was supposed to provide to the story. So Yuta acts as one of the heavy hitters in the Sukuna raid and the Shinjuku showdown to come in after Gojo. He even goes as far as being shown as one of the major players when it comes to actually planning a lot of the things post Gojo fight, and especially when it comes to his final and probably riskiest plan, the taking over of Satoru Gojo's body. And to be honest, in terms of the heavy hitters, Yuta is probably the most intelligent and competent fighter out there. Now, I'm not saying he's the strongest and he's the most capable, even though he might be, aside from Maki probably. But honestly, he deserves every bit of recognition that he gets, because without Yuta, well, without anybody, it would have been over. But without Yuta, Yuji would have been done. Now, although it wasn't on the same scale as Gojo's battle, and he obviously didn't do as much damage as Gojo, Yuta's presence there and just the battle with him, Yuji, and Sukuna all being there definitely is a big contributor in terms of, one, weakening Sukuna and just the overall battle in general. And time again, we see why Yuta is put on the pedestal that he is, because of his crazy battle IQ, as well as his moves on the battlefield and the outstanding chemistry that he had with Yuji when they were on the battlefield together. And despite how smart and how powerful Yuta is himself, it was eventually cut short because, you know, Sukuna is Sukuna, and it's gonna take a lot more than that to take him down, as we see, because he was running a gauntlet through all the characters. And way before that, before he even showed up on the battlefield, he was fighting Kenjaku. But by the time he got to the battlefield, at a certain point, he felt a bit of guilt for having gone straight to Kenjaku and not jumping into the battle sooner. But with Yuta being Yuta, he still put what he did to use and had Rika consume Kenjaku's head, which led to where we are now with Yuta in Gojo's body. Now, to be fair, Yuta's performance in Gojo's body is really, it's pretty shit, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. But in all honesty, the reveal was extremely cool. I genuinely thought Gojo was coming back for a second. I know that sounds crazy, but I was one of those people, I was a believer. So the reveal was super hype, and at first it rubbed me the wrong way when I found out Yuta took over Gojo's body, but I think that was the intended purpose of Gege writing it like that. And in hindsight, afterwards, I actually really like the decision. I think it one, makes a lot of sense, and it's two, just really cool, even though it still kind of rubs me the wrong way because I want Gojo back. And after this happens, immediately we see just how uneven the fight is with Sukuna versus Gota. I don't know, Gota's cool. But we eventually see how the fight's panning out, and Yuta really isn't faring too well against Sukuna, which, in all honesty, it makes sense, but it felt a bit lackluster considering that there's this really big ideology in JJK that once you become a monster and do something that's overstepping the boundaries of a normal person or a normal sorcerer, then you get granted a crazy power, you know, your mental shifts and you enter a new league that you weren't in before. Now, to be honest, it makes perfect sense as to why everything planned out the way it did. A little too much sense if you ask me, to be honest. But yeah, it still makes perfect sense. One, Yuta was probably under so much stress and there was so much going through his mind, and at the same time he has to search through Gojo's memories bit by bit to kind of piece everything together to understand. And on top of that, he has to use techniques and even a body that he is not experienced with at all, which results in him doing something stupid like using a hollow purple and blowing up his domain. But this also ends up causing his CT to burn out and him lying flat on his face. So, but the upside is that when the domain blew up, well, in Toto's words, it let Boogie Woogie shine for one last time, or whatever he meant by that. I'm guessing what he meant is basically he can use the shards to teleport, like switch positions with the shards, but it doesn't change the fact of the matter that I just kind of feel like the risk payoff ratio for what Yuta did in becoming a monster and taking Gojo's body was very unbalanced, you know? And now Yuta is potentially on his deathbed, and this is probably the last we're gonna see of him after the 5 minutes is up with Rika. And it feels kind of weird if that's Yuta's legacy, if that's just how he goes out. And in this current point in time, we still don't fully understand Kenjaku's ability, nor do I think we ever will. We don't even know the name of it yet, so I don't think we'll ever fully understand it. But it kind of leaves a door of opportunity for anything to happen for anything to happen in Yuta's situation. For all we know, he might still be able to continue living on in Gojo's body, just having to deal with the side effects of occasionally losing control. Or maybe even they might find a way to put him back in his own body and maximum output, like reverse curse technique, to heal him like they did with Gojo's body. But yeah, the point is, I don't think Yuta pre-Gojo body was wasted at all. I think he fit what he was meant to do, and he showcased just how intelligent he is. It's just after the fact, when he got hit by the world cutting slash and then had to take over Gojo's body, that I felt like his character arc wasn't really paid off in full. But that could just be me, could just be my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of the end of this little rant slash venting session about Yuta. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, all that cool stuff, and see you in the next video, whatever that is. Bye.